Tuesday morning. I don't know where all of the viewers are, but I'm in Dallas, Texas, and it has been 108, 109 degrees every day, super hot, super ready for some fall weather. So yes, I drank my first cup of coffee this morning, but I'm probably gonna have to go to some iced coffee after this because it is excruciatingly hot. But the other thing I was going to say, it's not always going to be just me on these sessions. I have some guests that will be coming on today. You are stuck with me. But jumping right on into the topic for today, jumping out of your metaphorical plane. A lot of us can get stuck in life and not really know how to get to the next level up of life. And one of the things that got me kind of thinking through this topic is I was just recently out in Italy. And the last time that I was out in Italy, about 8-9 years ago, it was actually the first location that I went skydiving. And as I got on a moped, yes, a moped. If you've ever been to Europe, driving a moped in Europe is scary enough alone. But I got on this moped, drove 40 minutes towards the western coast of Italy, and getting ready for my first jump ever. And some of the sequence of events that unfolded just kept elevating my fear of this first jump. And so let me walk you through some of those. As I get there, going through the warehouse, there were people packing our chutes. And the reason I use air quotes is because I may be a little bit melodramatic, but these people look like they were like 13 years old. So you have like all of these young teenagers packing the chutes that I'm about to free fall from a sky and trust that it opens up correctly. The next thing, I go meet my instructor. So the instructor that is going to be attached to my back and helping me jump out of this plane. Well, first he's Italian. He speaks like 3 words of English. And for those of you that have skydived before, you know that when you're tandem jumping, the person that's on front, the inexperienced person, you have to lift your legs up so that the actual instructor can run in a proper landing. Well, I'm 5'8". A lot of Italians are short. He was like 5'2", probably on a good day. So I'm going, this is another concern. Then I'd always heard, like just from people in the United States that had done skydiving, that you get this jumpsuit and some goggles and all of this stuff to get you prepared for this jump. Well, I don't know if they just have different laws in Italy or what, but there was no jumpsuit. I just had my workout gear on, and they were like, hey, get on the plane. So again, it's something else that just was kind of compounding with everything else to make me go, oh my gosh, Brandy, why are you making this decision? Then I saw the plane. I swear, guys, this plane looked like it had been built in 1950. There was paint chips coming off of it. It did not look like it had been serviced, well-maintained in probably a decade. And again, probably being a little bit melodramatic because my fear was already at an all-time high. But all of these things together, I had to mentally really get myself prepared to push through and take this jump. So there's 4 steps, 4 crucial steps when you're getting ready for a skydiving jump. And as I was thinking through this, I was like, hey, there's really a lot of parallels between, the actual action of jumping out of a plane and doing that in your real life. It doesn't matter if it's personally or professionally, but we can all find those times in our life when we're just stuck and we're trying to figure out how to push ourselves to that next step. So I'm going to walk through those steps and give you some things to really think about to help you get to that next best version of you. Again, there's one you, and you have one life. Don't waste it. Keep pushing yourself to those next levels. So the first step in getting ready for a jump is just the training. As I mentioned, I received this coach, and he's supposed to be doing, the preparation and making sure I know how to do this jump. To me, the training of life is mindset. It's training yourself to be in the right frame of mind every single day. Don't get me wrong. There's those days that I get up in the morning and I'm like, ugh, just not feeling it. But making sure you have a way to go about rechanneling yourself and really getting yourself put into the right mental mindset for that day so you can be your. The one thing that please always tell yourself the true story, the real story. I'm going to give you an example. I had a producer on one of the teams that I was a VP over, and she came in from an industry completely outside of healthcare and just took off. She was an amazing producer. Within 7-8 months, she was producing more than a lot of people that had been with the company 3, 4, and 5 years. She was absolutely amazing. So when myself, managers, some of us approached her about helping us with some trainings, maybe even exploring, being a team lead or going into leadership, she kept coming back to us and be like, oh, I don't have the knowledge base. I don't have the experience. Really just a lot of this, self-hate in reality. So please, please, please tell yourself the real story. You are capable. So again, training to jump out of the plane, that's your mindset. Just get yourself mentally geared up for whatever it is that you're after. If I have any Ted Lasso fans, which I am a huge, huge fan of Ted Lasso, you know the scenes where Rebecca, she does this thing where she kind of makes herself bigger than life. And it's the physical action of just pumping herself up. That may not be your way of doing it, but you need to know what that is. It could be morning meditations. It could be support group, friends, etc. But get yourself in that right mental mindset every day. Okay, step 2 of jumping out of a plane is getting geared up. So you have to get all your gear together to get ready to go to your jump. Now, to me in life, your gear is the people around you. You are who you surround yourself with. So make sure that you have the support group to really be there alongside you to accomplish whatever it is that you're after. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Ask for a mentor. People genuinely, by nature, they want to help. They want to be part of something, and they like to contribute to something that's better than themselves and help people advance. So don't be afraid to ask for help, build that support group, get that mentorship group, your friend group, whatever that looks like for you, get that together. I assure you, there's nobody who's been successful in life that didn't have some level of support along the journey, whether it be coaching, mentorship, friends, family. So make sure that as you put on that gear, you're thinking about my gear is the people around me. Then, now you got your gear. Step 3 of that jump, you got to get on the plane. You have to get on the plane. Now, again, my plane looked a little scary, but I still had to get on it. This is the real first step of action. Action that other people are going to start knowing your intent. That could be that you need to schedule the meeting, put it on the calendar for whatever it is that you want to ask for. Is it a promotion? Is it taking on more? Is it, hey, I want to talk about how I get promoted to the next level? Is it sending someone a text message to have maybe a difficult conversation that you've been meaning to have for a while? Is it asking someone to lunch that you've been thinking about for a long time? Now, mind you, in flight, you're not jumping yet, right? It's just the first step that you have to take to get to the jump. Now, the other thing to know that when you're getting ready for that jump, you're in that plane. My situation for that first jump was a plane that did not look good. It can be scary. It's when your anxiety, everything's going to start just shooting up because you haven't been here before. And there's something about vocalizing your intent that starts making it real. And that's when it gets scary. It does. I'm not going to lie, but you have to do it. You've got to get on the plane. All right, the jump. So now that you're up there, you're up, 15, 20,000 feet in the sky, you're getting ready for your jump, and you're terrified. You're going to be terrified. Your heart's going to be beating, and you still have to push yourself through. This is where it's going to go back to 1, your training, making sure you're mentally prepared in that right mindset. 2, that you've got your gear on, right? You got your fan club, you got your support group around you. And that as you've gone up in that ascent to get ready for your jump, that you are mentally prepared, the gear's there, and you are ready to take that leap. Now, when I was in Italy 8-9 years ago and I go for this first jump, get out of the plane with my 5'2" Italian strapped to my back. And it was the most beautiful, exhilarating thing of my life. I'm so fortunate. I'm so lucky for having that experience. If I hadn't kept pushing through all of the things in life that were telling me, don't jump, don't jump, don't jump. You have a kid packing your parachute. They're not making you put a jumpsuit on. You know, all of these things that will come at you in life to tell you, you have to block the noise. The noise has to be pushed aside, and you have to hold on to what it is that. Now, as I jumped out of the plane, yeah, 3 seconds, because then I think this came down to some communication with a language barrier. So I probably, if I wanted to do this or not, and again, with that language barrier, maybe I said yes to something that I should not have said yes to. But when we were going down after the jump, one of the things that you can do to make it even more fun in a jump is you can pull one of the brakes. And if you pull one of the brakes, it will take you into the spiral, really fast spiral. So we're going down. He pulls one of the brakes and we start going into a spiral. So when I was enjoying this beautiful view, exhilarating experience, loving life, then all of a sudden fear just comes right back up because we're in this rapid spiral. Okay, then he stops. We level out. I'm like, okay, our chute didn't get caught up. Like, I'm good. Then he does the left side and we go again. Guys, that's life. Even after you jump, it's not going to always be beautiful. You're going to have the spirals that come, but there's still the moments in between there where it reminds you that the jump was worth it. So going back to those steps, you've got to do your training, get mentally prepared. You absolutely have to gear up. Now, I got this analogy a lot. There is not a single professional athlete that didn't, quote unquote, gear up with a coach, support group, somebody there to cheer them to the high level of success as a professional athlete. So why would you? Gear up. 3, when you're in flight, that point of no return, make sure that you're taking that first step, scheduling a meeting, sending the text, ask somebody to go to lunch with you. And then 4, you got to jump. Expect the spirals, they're going to happen, but you have to jump. So this is me encouraging you to take that leap, make sure you get out of your metaphorical plane and figure out how to be the best next version of you by jumping out of the plane. So everybody have a great Tuesday, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.